Ghost Taser 7 YouTube here, as per usual. Just a quick overview of the team, as we usually do. You can see what the setup is, the composition, the enemy team. We are playing some MLBB today. So, Mobile Legends, bang, bang. Not sure if I want to overview that or not. So that should be fine, and we'll just scroll it up so we're not taking away from you guys. Looks like they got a pretty good initiation here on 3. I use the Revitalize here to try to tank some of that damage, get those pills on their cooldowns, and narrowly escape with my life. Clutch escape. We are cooking the Angela here, and we got Hanabi as my partner in the bot lane, or as you could call it here, the gold lane. Gushan has a nice ping there. Really cool that we get to see the pings here. A little bit of a difference between Wild Rift and MLBB. So it seems a little bit more communicative here. So we're not trying to rob you of that stimuli. We see these little bombs here from the Diggy. So we take that for the ADC, and we can just heal up. Angela's kit is pretty beautiful. Pretty beautiful. As you can see, that first skill there is the heal. This guy comes out of nowhere and just rapes me. Unconsensual rape, so that kind of sucks, but it's okay. Hanabi did not cover. Could be because of her early game, but either way, she kind of just sat there, passive disruption of the game. So those are things you should report people for because they don't do their job. Either way, kind of a mean trash here, wishing they were something. At least they clean it up so they don't look like trolls. Reality is they are, though, so that's fine. Looks like they clear that up and then rotate to the turtle here, as you can see. That is the main objective here in MLBB, so you want to try to get that as much as possible if you have the power and the gold and the build to do so. So you need to analyze those conditions and know that you can do that. Take it up nicely. The enemy team did not rebuke the play. They did not try to counter it. Nice cleanup there. Alright, so just heading back to lane here. Trying to help that Hanabi get her wave clear. Secure that GPM for my team. This guy comes in out of nowhere again with his ghosty stuff. Not bad on the initiation, but he biffed the play as he didn't get anything. And then I denied the trade with the heal. That heal is really obnoxious. Plus Angela heals are obnoxious in general. So we only have 3 skills here. First one is obviously the heal and AoE effect. That pairs well with the favor in the support tree. So you got to get this gold to stack up your favor. The next skill is the ball looking item, visually speaking. That one, you just send out a little orb with a string attached to it. If it sits on the enemy opponent for a duration of time and you follow it, they will be stunned for hard CC. And then the ult is what I'm doing here. You just ult in global to any teammate you want. It comes in with a shield to negate some of that damage. Has great rebuttal play, great counter play. As you can see, I got superb healing there. Clutch counter plays from anywhere. A good idea is to sit in a bush. Just be careful about how you do that because sometimes I need you. And then they won't even see you coming in, and you will just completely outplay them. Angela is extremely strong, and sometimes she does get banned, but usually you will see the S-Days get banned more often than not. So we do have an S-Days video. We'll be doing that after. So you'll get to see both of those and hear my beautiful voice and creative genius commentary. So we're just helping out the mid lane here. Support needs to help all lanes, especially the ADC and the mid. So we're just kind of watching what's going on, making sure we secure that gold for both the damage dealers on our team. I see there's something happening here in the bot lane with the Uranus. So we come in there with another clutch ult, make sure he's unstoppable. Do our job, help the team. So we try to get this turtle here. Got to be aware that they might come in and try to steal that. Anyways, that's looking good. We got the team experience and gold for taking that objective. Go ahead and show the build here. As you can see, we have the boots here. We're just working to that next piece here. So you'll see that here in a moment when we complete it. go ahead and go back to the video. We see they're trying to bully the Uranus again. He is ban worthy, so really high on the tier list. I will try to make a tier list for MLBB as well. And you can see the creative genius version of tier list that outclasses all YouTube content creators in the world. That is made with consensus opinion, as I said. So I am watching what these highly competent individuals at top MMR build. I'm sitting at top MMR at every game. Elo is debatable, as sometimes I'll actually grind to get that top Elo. Sometimes I won't. I like to play a lot of things, so I kind of just jump around. As you can see, Uranus is doing some work there while we push the tower. So I just drop in there with my ultimate like so. Try to negate some of that damage there. Help him out, keep him topped off. I jump out early there because I want to reset those cooldowns as soon as possible. Having your ult up is the difference between having an outplay or not. So those are the conditions that you need to realize and play in accordance to that. This is a micro-macro game. You want to solidify macro as much as possible, and you want to try to win those micro trades. Zishan is looking to rotate over here. This guy sees me. He comes in. Zishan can't do anything. I try to do anything that I can to try to heal up and mitigate that. Zishan just walks away and leaves me there to die. So quite an incompetent Zishan. Yushan doesn't do anything. Hanabi fails to rotate. So just a bunch of amateur trash, apparently. Oh well, that sucks for them. They try to do something afterwards. Right, instead of rebooting the play immediately. So, pretty sloppy. Not very clean. Just objective realism. So, they can take that as slander or whatever they want, but the reality is they're garbage, so. Oh well, kind of a disgrace and an embarrassment to high MMR. You see Gushon taking his buff, so we try to come in there and help him, and then walk away so that way he gets all the gains on the passive XP and the gold. I don't want to steal or tax my jungler. That's very important for him because he gets the least amount of gold out of any lane. He does not have reliable gold. He has wave clear. Then he gets kill potential if the team is nice enough to give it to him. You'll see a lot of people who just KS and think that it's their show. You'll learn to realize that it's not your show unless you have the potential to carry the game. That is usually resting with the ADC or the mid lane. Sometimes it will be the jungler, sometimes it will be the top lane, and obviously you can steamroll with a really good support like so. Gushon picks up the third turtle there, if you didn't notice that, but it popped up on the screen. Uranus is making some play here, sitting at 406. So I come in there, try to help him out. He can go under tower if he wanted to, but he's playing safe, so Uranus is really the one who's not messing up. He's the one who's pretty clean, and that is partly his kit. Uranus is very nasty, as I said. He would be really high on the tier list. Again, we'll get to that later. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Otherwise, I'll do it when it's convenient for me. Alright, so we do all that. We jump out of him, try to reset those cooldowns. Diggy had his passive there, but he just pops up right next to us, netting us an extra kill. Kind of a huge mistake on his part. As you can see, we picked up that favor there, so we'll get extra healing off of my already heal on the one. Then we pick up that feather item. Forgive me, but I don't know the name of that, so we'll have to go look that up so we can retell you what it is. Basically, you get some damage, and then for every kill or assist, that resets or brings reduction, cooldown reduction to your ult. So I'll get my ult more often. That's why I build that first. It's kind of bread and butter on the Angela because, as I said, your ult is the outplay. So if you can have it more often than not, then you have more value for your team. Plus, it's broken for sure. Angela is definitely on the broken list here. You cannot be targeted while you are attached to an individual. As you can see, we're just sitting in this bush here, as I said prior, waiting for him to go in. There he goes. He peels them out from the turret a little bit. That was good enough, so we just ult in. They couldn't do anything about it. He just dives in there. Hanabi comes back and gets a triple kill. Right. I'm doing some damage there because the first skill does do damage in addition to heal. So it's got quite a bit of value on that first skill. take a turret shot there to kind of bait them in and see if they're going to do anything about it. But as you can see, they're mostly dead. Uranus goes in, I ping him to go in and do stuff, and then I already got him covered. We were ready to ult. A good shot call already knows what's going to happen and will act accordingly to precision, critical timing to secure outplay and tilt the tide in our favor. So that's the Angela game there. A nice clean victory there.
Checkmate.
As you can see, we did die 2 times. Team didn't really help me. They just let me die. So the good teams will treat their support as do or die and protect them to the death. Why? Because the support will do it for them. So a little bit asinine or hypocritical of my team. Either way, it doesn't matter because I still steamrolled them there with a 18-2, so a 9 KDA. As you can see, the mid lane here, Ako got a, 23-0. The Uranus picking up a 22-0. The Gushon picking up an 8-0. Hanabi getting an 8-1. So really good stuff considering. All right, so here's the data here. As you can see, I had a 62% team fight participation. So really high. Same with the Uranus. Same with that mid lane here. So really good stuff there. Really good stuff. As you can see, their enemy jungler had 100% team fight participation, kind of breaking the statistic there. So big shout out to Eddie Potter there. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. So let's go ahead and see that equipment there. We will post the build in the guide. So that'll be shown at the beginning of every single match, so you know what we're working with. I just say this is the build in question, so you can get a preview to what the build is, and then we go into the commentary. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, concerns, feel free to drop a comment down below in the comment section, and I will get to you when I can get to you. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.